I'm going to get started, and then whoever joins in, this is being recorded, they can go back and watch it. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so you guys can see my screen, just nod yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you should all have a remax.net email. Now, I am going to tell you that if you did not pay your 410 dues, that's due yearly, you're not going to be able to get on Max Center. So please make sure, as a Remax agent, we're all required to pay the 410 a year. Even if you're not using the system, that's part of the ICA. So please make sure you're paying your yearly dues. They send you a few emails. You can log into your remax.net and then go to your billing, or you'll also get a bill in the mail at the office. So I'm gonna log in with my Remax credentials. All right, so once you log in, there's two new things that came out. So one of them is the Max Refer, which I really started digging into it and I really like it. So you can just click on Discover Max Refer. It looks like a Facebook, right? But it's not it's not Facebook, but they created this page for you guys to share your listings coming soon, exclusives. You can also put in your buyer needs. Like, how many of you have clients that come to you saying, oh, one of my friends is working with a realtor or my family member and they find them off market properties. How come you can't find me off market? Why are you only showing me what's already listed that I can already see on my own on Zillow? So this is a website that you guys can request or add like what your clients are looking for. And another Remax agent, it's not just Remax Select, this is the entire United States, that can possibly have a listing. Maybe they have a family member in New Jersey that they have been wanting to sell their home, and now they get to see that somebody's looking for something like that. Also, anyone who is part of this website, the RESAs, so it could be another brokerage, it could be a Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker. If they have access to this, they'll be able to also post here. And believe it or not, look, this is where you can find agents like outside the country. I know someone asked me to find them an agent in Turkey. Well, here you go. You can now find an agent in Turkey. So if you scroll down, I highly recommend just look to see what people have posted. So if you have a coming soon, anything like that, you're more than welcome to share it here. Then referrals. So if you are looking to find an agent, you can go and search. You can find a Remax agent that you want to refer your client to, or, if you have a listing or a buyer that you need to send. Now, you can also receive referrals here as well. So you want to make sure that you are constantly checking this. If you're not going to check, you're not going to know you have one. Listings, here you go. You can search listings. You can post your own search, anything you want. You can do it right here. Buyer needs. Now, here you go. So this is where you can put in, let's say you have a client that's looking for a specific property. You can go ahead and create your buyer need. Now here it says Remax agents only, Remax Select. That means only Remax Select in New Jersey, Florida, Arizona, Virginia, or you can do Remax United States, or all agents on this website. That means it could be from another brokerage, which if you're looking for a listing for your buyer, I would recommend you do all agents, because you never know, another company may have an off-market or exclusive listing. What do you guys think? Game changer? Or you can also upgrade. I would suggest don't upgrade, just use the free version. You can still do pretty much everything on this website. So here's just with the Remax. So in different states, you can create your listing. So coming soon, on market, whatever you have, active or withdrawn, whatever you can put in the MLS, and then it will go on this website. All right, so this is one. Definitely just take a look to see if you guys see anything that might interest you. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys is the 100 Days to Greatness. So this is if you are not doing as great as you had hoped, or if you just need an extra motivation or start from the beginning. Remax have partnered with Buffini and Company. So they're doing a special promotion. You do it at your own pace, okay? So everything is online, but you do need to sign up, and I'm just gonna show you guys the fee, which is $314.95. That's because the material they're going to ship to you, there it's $20, so they're gonna charge you. So if you are going through a hard time just getting buyers and sellers, this is a proven track that you'll make at least $75,000 if you follow the program, right? You have to do the work. Just buying the program, it's not really going to help you. Now, the other thing that I wanted to tell you is the MacTech Lead Concierge I shared last week. Please make sure you opt in, because you will not receive Remax leads if you're not opted in. So please make sure you guys are all opt in, because I can't check if you did or not. And then the other thing is Max Engage. This is the one that I'm really, really, really excited about. So this is like a point system, like a reward program. So it's all easy stuff that you guys can do from your own bed when you're home, and you just want to market and brand yourself. Now they have this. You can download the app. It's better if you download it on your phone because it's easier, but you can also do the desktop version. So this is what the Max Engage is. So it's just making you do extra steps to promote yourself and the brand, which is you, right? Using the Remax tools, and then they give you points for it. So all of you guys can join. And then how do I participate? You just go through challenges, which I'm going to show you what the challenges look like. And then what are the rewards? So you get some discounts on prices like Remax events, discounts, private coaching, and swag. So I know they're still working. This is really new, but I wanted to share with you guys so you can start working on it. I actually got 25 points for doing something. One of our managers, Mary, she brought it to my attention. She's like, what did you do for 25 points? I'm like, I have no idea. I didn't even know I participated. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. This is the app. It's very, very easy. I guess you can do it for Android users as well. So this is where you download it. And I'm just going to go to the desktop version because obviously I'm not on my phone. So as you can see, I already have 25 points. So you can join a challenge. And then here is what you can do, right? So every day they'll post something new. You can do all of them if you want. Or you can choose in whatever you want. So here you go, new brand requirement. This is 50 points. What they want you to do is review the new brand requirements and ensure you're using the updated branding accurately across your business and marketing material. So download. So you guys always, some of you have reached out saying, where can I download the new logos and download email signature, etc.? Well, you have them right here. You can do download Zoom backgrounds, download the brand history. So let's see what this looks like. So there you go. So you have templates that you can put your own picture. So it's kind of cool. You don't have, everything is there, and then you're getting points for this. Let's see the Zoom background. I'm interested on this one. So as you guys, if you wanted to change your background on Zoom, this is where you can download it. No one does real estate better, and so forth. Now I'm gonna go back. And there you go. Your points have been successfully credited. So I just got 50 points for just doing that. Now, what do you get? What are the rewards? I'll show you that as well. Let's see. All right, so here you go. Obviously, they're pretty high in points, but you see how easy it is that you can rank up the points. So you can get a social video kit. That's 5,500 points. 50% of Photify. Again, Photify is $100 a year. I'm a big user on Photify. Like if you follow me on social media, that's where I get my graphics when I'm sharing anything on social media. Just an FYI, there's two ways you can get a discount on Photify. One, you can pay the monthly, which is $8 a month. You can just cancel it after a month. They'll send you a discount code because they don't want you to like cancel it. Also during Thanksgiving on Black Friday, they always give out 50% off, or you can do these points and use them. I personally would not use 9,900 points to get a discount on Photify because you can probably get so much more elsewhere. Here, if you get 10,000 points, you can save $100 on your R4 for 2026. This I would definitely recommend. I'm planning on going to R4 next year, so I hope you guys save up. It is, you know, it's probably between hotel, flight, and the ticket. It'll probably be around $2,500. But that's where agents get referrals. That's where you're going to meet other realtors, not just from the United States, but other countries as well. So, you know, sometimes they get up to 9,000 agents that go to these events. So if you were ever wondering, is it worth it? I'm going to tell you it is. And if I can get a lot of you to attend, we can do something fun just to make us stand out. Then here you go. So you have a lot of different rewards. Now this is coming soon, just so you know. I guess they haven't really figured out like how many points for these items. As you guys know, this is like really, really new, but it's worth it. As you can see, it's very, very easy. Any questions? I would tell you, if anything, just download the app, just start looking at it. Here you go. You have a lot of information that you can share right on your social media, like blogs or anything like that. If you're trying to, I know a lot of you have gotten buyers and sellers just from social media and posting on Facebook. And I can tell you, I've closed, and if you're in my office, you've heard me say this, I already closed 4 transactions from Instagram. And you know what I used to do? I used to just go to a showing and just post a quick video on my story, or I would take a picture of the kitchen or something that was unique about the property. And you have to have a business account. That's the easiest way. I hope you are not using a personal Instagram for your business, just because the algorithm is not going to really go on other people's For You page. So just make sure you have a business Instagram, start posting. Same thing, Facebook business. That's the easiest because that's public. If you have a personal Facebook, no one's really going to see that unless you're doing ads. So you want a business Facebook, business Instagram, and I promise you will get buyers and sellers with no referral. Those are all yours. And right now, recently, even though I can't help them, somebody on Facebook reached out to me saying that they have been looking to find a property, and all I have done is connected the Bold Trail to my business Facebook, which it will like post listings on there for me. They're not even my listing. It just says, oh, check out this new listing at 123 Main Ave. And people don't know that those are not your listing, right? They may be looking for a property like that. So I hope you guys all take advantage. That's what you're paying the 410 for, so utilize it. Any questions, guys? It doesn't even have to be on this. It can be on anything else that's been happening. This is your time. We have about 10 minutes.
Hey,
And
Adona, I have a question. How do we connect our bold trails to our Facebook business page?
yeah, so that's actually pretty easy. You're gonna go to your Bold Trail platform.
Mhm.
And then you're going to go, let me just see, market. Let me just check. Don't follow me until I find it. Okay, marketing. So here you go, listing machine. You're gonna go to, when you log into your Bold Trail, you're gonna go to marketing.
Mhm.
And then, by the way, there's new designs, just so you guys know, now that I'm looking at it. They have updated. So if you're looking to create a listing presentation or buyer presentation, here you go. You also have the smart campaigns. This is if you want to send out drip campaigns to your current clients, or if you're trying to get new clients. As you guys know, we have Cole Realty. But anyway, let me just tell you where to go.
Mm.
All right, so there you go. So you're gonna go to social. I'm sorry, because they changed it on me too, so I don't do this every day. So
That's okay.
marketing, social, get started. And here you go. So this is where you're going to connect it. Setting and preferences. Social media, and then you can edit. And then here, mine expired already. So connect, confirm. So allow postings. I'm just gonna do this one. You can also do LinkedIn and Twitter, just so you guys know. Save. So here you can edit what you want. These are articles and holidays. So I'm gonna go edit. So you can pick 4 days for articles, right? You can't do more than that. If you're posting too much, people are gonna unfollow you. You have to know when to post, the time, etc. So here is what I have, what I wanted them to post. So Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then this is what I wanted to be on: real estate, DIY, mortgage, buying and selling tips, etc. You can pick anything you want. You can pick all of them. I really tend to just make it focus on real estate. I don't want anything else, because then it's going to be confusing. Like, what is she trying to sell? Save settings. Here's the holidays. I just picked all the holidays in the United States. Save settings. And then for social media, let me just see. In market listings. It's hard because I'm sharing my screen, so I can't see all my. So anyways, for your listings, they'll always list your own. Setting and preference. So I guess I haven't done this in a while, so they changed it. So here you go. So once you're logged into your marketplace, you're gonna go to in markets, add a new market. So this is where you can put in where you want it, which listings from what county. Let's see. I'm gonna do it every day. And then here you can type in counting. So I'll put in Bergen. I'll put in Morris. You can do cities too, by the way. So let's say in Morris County, you only want to do like two cities or towns. You can do that. You don't have to pick the whole county. And then I'll just pick Hudson. And then you can choose like minimum, maximum. So that means what kind of properties do you want them to post? Like if you're not willing to, if you're not in the market to sell $200,000 properties, then don't make sure your minimum is not 200K. Okay, me, I'm just gonna leave it because I'm just doing this as an example. Single families, you can do other ones too. Condos, multifamily, commercial, etc. So you get to pick whatever you want. Listing, just list it. You can do price reduced and you can do open houses. One or the other or all, it's fine too. All right, so these listings, look at my social media, should be posted momentarily. So you can just see an idea. So that's in market. And then this would be for your listings. Your own listings gets posted. You get to one, because I don't have any listings, so I can't even show you. But once you have a listing, you get to pick if you want it to go daily, like once a day, once a week, once a month, whatever you want.
So what's the difference between this and when you boost it?
When you boost it, that's you trying to get ads. So that means your own listing. When you're boosting your own listing, you're
Right.
attracting buyers in the market. So like Instagram, Facebook, Google. So you get buyers that's going to click on your ad and you're going to get a lead saying you have a lead. This particular one, it's on your own social media, like your business account goes automatically. If you want it to be posted on your personal Facebook, you have to give permission. They'll send you a text or email, whichever you choose, and then you have to approve it every time. But your business, it goes automatically. This is like people that are following you, they're not in your KV core, and then they can message you saying, hey, I'm interested in this. Oh, like this is a interesting property. Can you show it to me?
Mhm.
That's the difference. Tyler has done a lot of the trainings. As you know, I don't really do Bold Trail KV Core trainings. Tyler, all the trainings are on our hub.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you're doing well. For my people out in Arizona, some of you are just getting your day started. For those of you on the East Coast, you've already had your head put in a blender by Glenn Baker and all of his AI strategies and tips and tricks. He blows me away. We're extremely lucky to have somebody like him within our network that is so willing to share his tips, tricks, and secrets to his success. Yeah, thank you very much, Glenn. I don't know if you're on at the moment or not, but yeah, just thank you for sharing all of your wealth of knowledge. Today we are going to be going over the RE/MAX Home View app. Now, the Home View app is the tool that RE/MAX released late last year that is meant to replace the RE/MAX app that some of you that have been with RE/MAX for a while, that was the tool, but this is now a more feature rich RE/MAX branded integrated with Bold Trail app that all of you have access to. There's no charge for it. There's no getches. There's, oh wait, if you get this, you pay X, you get this much more. No, you get the whole platform, whole app, whole everything as a part of your membership fees here at RE/MAX. So tremendous value. Obviously, you're online to learn more about it, which I really appreciate. And I'm excited about it. I've been excited about it since I heard that it was being released. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about it today. So I know we'll probably have a few people pop on here as we are getting going. So I'm gonna try to drag out a little bit so people that tune in late don't miss out on all the good stuff. I'm gonna share my screen here. So on the left, or I'm sorry, on my left, on your screen, you'll see my contact information. I also put it in the chat for the Zoom, and then the information for product support as well. So they are the ones that can get in and fix the problems that sometimes occur with the Bold Trail technology. Different trainings that are available to you or the recordings for them. So I've recorded all the sessions that I've done. RE/MAX has their own general webinars, and then Bold Trail Success Summit back in March. RE/MAX released an onslaught of training that ran like 1 or 2 times a day for pretty much every day of March, and they cataloged all that training. Well, they've taken all the tips and advice and questions and suggestions from the RE/MAX agents, and they are doing another Success Summit just because it was so successful. So you'll be seeing more information about that coming up. If either of you, or I'm sorry, if any of you are QR code people and you want to take pictures of the QR codes to save it to your phone or whatever, you can do that now. There's to access my recordings, and then the general webinars. There's a QR code there. And then last but not least is the Success Summit training, which is right there. So again, I put the information in the chat as well. So it is there saved for you as well. So for those of you that haven't sat in on one of my trainings before, my name is Tyler Leon. I'm a general manager of RE/MAX Excalibur here in Scottsdale, Arizona, with offices in Tucson as well. We are part of the RE/MAX Select Network, and excited to be a part of the RE/MAX Select Network. We joined in, I believe it was around August, September of last year. So my passion is technology. I love helping people figure it out and learn more. I love learning more on it. That's why I love Glenn's information, because he's just got so much stuff and knowledge to share. It's incredible. So anyhow, this is designed to be somewhat interactive. So don't be afraid to say, hold up, I've got a question, or what about this, or how about that? I really would appreciate the questions and the feedback, because that only helps enhance the session, and I love the interactivity. So don't be shy. You can unmute yourself. You can type it in the chat. I'll be trying to watch everything so I don't let anything slip past me. So I'm going to do a different share here. I'm going to get on my main screen. Here we go, right there, share. All right, so all of you should see my main screen here. So the Home View app is, again, a part of the Bold Trail ecosystem. So to really access it and mess around with it, you need to access the Bold Trail system first. So what I'm going to show you is you got to sign into remax.net. If you don't know what your username and credentials are, there's a link down below that says forgot password or anything like that. Unfortunately, your RE/MAX local staff does not have access to your passwords, so you will need to use that forgot password option to reset your credentials and sign in. And then if all else fails, call the support team and they can reset your access. So apps and tools on the left-hand side is how you get into the Bold Trail platform. If you bookmark the tile, it'll make it pop up towards the top each time you go into the platform. Otherwise, you'll just kind of scroll down and look for it. And the one you're looking for is Platform Max Tech powered by Bold Trail. And it's going to open up a new tab. So the HomeView app, again, is the consumer forward app. It's not an app for you to use to get showing instructions, things of that nature. It does pull MLS data, but it's all going to be public facing MLS data. So this is a tool that you would put in your client's hands I strongly encourage you to download the app on your phone and use it as if you were a consumer. There's actually some cool stuff in there that you might just like to have anyways. And I'll get into the app and kind of show you those things as we go through the system. So here we are in Bold Trail. On the top right-hand corner, you'll see your image or maybe like a Remax balloon or something like that. Click on it, and then you're going to get a menu that drops down. And what you're looking at here, what you're looking for, is this link right here. So I'm going to click on it, and it's going to open up a new link or a new tab on my browser. And this URL right here is your personal URL that you can put in your email signature. You can share it on social media. You can, I mean, it's a URL. You can put it anywhere you want. For somebody that wants to have like this is kind of a trick that I've used a lot of times, is the Remax URL shortener. If I take this and I copy it, I can go to the URL shortener tile in Mac Center, and I can create a shortened URL that will take people to my app. So on the right-hand side here, I click Create Link. Now, what do I want to name this? I'm going to call this Ties. I don't know if I can put apostrophes in, but consumer app. Okay. Now I come down here and I paste that link. So there's, I mean, it's not too long, but it's, it's got some extra characters in it. So I'm going to click Create, and then boom, here is now my shortened URL to get to my link. But here's one extra step here. See this little pencil icon over on the right? I can click on it, and I can change this to Ties App or Ties Remax App, something like that, something that maybe is a little bit easier for somebody to remember. So I'll just put Ties App, okay? So now Ties App, if I click on that, it will take me to the same page as we were looking at before, where I can where people can access my mobile app. Okay, so again, this is a consumer-facing product. You can put this anywhere. Put it on your business card. Put it on your mailers. Put it on anything. So whether you use the original long app that we were looking at, that's over here, or the one that the shortened version, personalized version we created, doesn't make any difference. They both go to the same place. So now as a consumer, they can enter in their phone number or their email address. And then when they click send me Tyler Leon's app, it will send the link to the app. And then that's what's going to connect them to you. So if they were to just go into the App Store or Google Play and try to find the Remax app, it would be very difficult for them to develop that connection to you. So going through your URL or sharing it, which I'll show you here in a couple minutes, it will be the best way to get people get the app in your consumers' hands. So now over here, you'll see a QR code. Now, many of you have heard me say this before, and I'll say it again. As terrible as COVID was, it did make QR codes cool again, and they don't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. So don't be afraid to leverage the QR code technology. What you can do here is, I'm a PC user. I apologize, I forget what it is for a Mac, but if I right-click on the QR code, I can save the image of the QR code, and I can call this Ties App QR code, save it to my desktop, and now on my desktop, I can come over here, and there's my QR code, which is just a JPEG file that I can now put into any marketing pieces I'm creating. Again, I can put it on my business card, anything print. So that's how you can get a QR code for your app that people can take pictures of to get to your app. Okay, so it tells them a little bit about what the app does and things like that. Really just a static page. There's no really anywhere else to click or go in here. It's just a landing page for your mobile app. Now, the other way to get the app in your consumers' hands, so this is more of the passive way. You put the link out there and you expect people to click on it, do whatever to get it on their phone. The more forced way to do this would be to go into your Bold Trail CRM, go over here on the left and click Contacts. And then I'm going to click on My Contacts. Now let's see, it looks like a question came up. I have the old KV Core app. Did it change since the name changed to Bold Trail? So the KV Core app, you might, Lisa, you might be confused with the CRM app. We're talking about the Home View app, which is the consumer app. I am not aware of the Home View app being called something different prior to being called Home View. So I'm not sure how to answer that question, but maybe that helps you. Okay, so what I can do here is I come down and let's say I've got one of my contacts installed or entered into my CRM. I can click on their name. And then over here on the right-hand side, this is the more forceful way to get people your app. So over here on the right-hand side, where it says Home View app not downloaded. So what I can do is for this contact, now I've got a email address for this contact, but I don't have a phone number entered in. So when I click on send invite, it's going to say, okay, do you want to send it via email or do you want to send it via text? I can't send it via text because this contact does not have a phone number entered into their profile. If I had a phone number entered into the profile, assuming it's a cell phone, it would text them a link to the app. So I can click send invite and then click send email, and then it will send an email to that contact's email address with the link to download the app onto their phone. Okay, so it's not just going to automatically install it on their phone. They're still going to have to click on it and follow some steps to do that. But at least you're pushing it to them so they don't have to go looking for it, go into your website or your landing page and start typing in information or dealing with QR codes, because some people just don't want to deal with QR codes. So that's how you can push the app or your app to your contacts so that they have it. Now, why would they want to have your app? Great question. That's where we're going to go next here. So I'm going to get into the start sharing my screen of my phone. So bear with me for 1 second here. I got to start it up. There we go. Start share screen. Let's see. Perfect. All right, here we go. All right. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Oh gosh. There we go. All right. Oop. I had it and then I touched it too fast. A little too much coffee. So I'm using a free app that has ads that pop up, so disregard that. All right, so the Home View app. Here's what it looks like right here. Kind of here down here on the right. I'm kind of moving it around. That's what it looks like on somebody's phone. Okay, so I'm going to click on it. Now, the first time somebody goes in, they're going to be asked to enter in some basic information. What's your property address? And they don't have to put this information in, but here's why they would. Right on the home screen, right at the top, it's going to give them an estimated value of their home right on the home screen. Now, I can click on this slider in the middle, and it'll show them on the map where their house is, and then there's kind of like a Google Street View image so that they can see their home. So, and then that blurred out thing on the right, that's just something that Google allows people to do if they don't want their home to be viewed on Google Maps or something like that. So that's not the app doing this. That's actual Google, and somebody wanted to protect their privacy, so they turned that feature on. So that's just the way that works. So view, edit home details. So the person can go in and change the details of their home so that it presents a more realistic value of the property. And again, it's a range. It's not a full CMA. It's just based off of some MLS data and assessor data. It's going to generate that estimate. And the provider of that data is the company called Atom, ATTOM. They're a data analytics company that does real estate data reports. And so that's where that information is being processed from, or who's processing it and generating that range. So now what's also cool is it actually shows right there what other homes are in their vicinity that are for sale or that have sold, so they can kind of see what the comps are. And if they're like, oh yeah, that's Bob and Judy's house, they finally sold it, huh? Okay, well, let's take a look at it. They can actually click on the image, and then they see whatever the listing data is. So it does still adhere to the IDX guidelines. So if it is an active listing, it is going to, at least in Arizona, I don't know what it's like in Florida and the other states, but they have to at least mention that it is, provided by another company and whatnot. But the consumer who's on your app can communicate with you right there. So I can say, tell me more about the remodel they did. So me as their agent. So I've set this up. Me, the consumer, and me, the agent, share the same name in the way I've set this up. So when I send this chat or this question, it's actually going to go to me, the agent. So I'm still in looking at the consumer side of the app, and here's some of the communication that I've sent to my agent. Okay, so again, might be a little bit confusing because Tyler Leon, that's me, right? But I'm also the consumer. So anyhow, this chat will come through in real time via the CRM app, which we've talked about in previous sessions. And I'll get into that a little bit later. I really want to focus on the benefits and the features of the consumer app so that you can explain it to your clients and they can understand how this helps them as well. So all of this is just MLS data because this is an actively listed property. They can click for photos, they can do all kinds of stuff. So very, very similar to what they would find on like the Zillow app or Redfin app or anything like that. If they like this property, they can click the little heart icon and it'll get saved to their profile, if you will. And then here's the thing, all the actions that they're doing, that the consumer is doing within your app, it's all getting registered on their timeline back in the CRM. So you'll be able to go back and look, okay, they like this property, they did this search. Here are the details about their home. All of that information is collected and stored in the Bold Trail CRM. So you have the ability to go back and track them. So what's also cool about this is, so let's see, like this home is a 2-story home where the subject property, because we're still talking about the person's own residence, they can say, no, I don't really think a 2-bedroom or a 2-story home is a good comp for me. So I can turn those off. So they're basically adjusting the CMA for their own property right here on the homepage of the app. Okay. So, my mortgage, so they can add in whatever mortgage details they want, so they can kind of track how close they are to paying off their home based off of what the estimate of the property is. They can kind of come up with an idea of what their equity is, things like that. So you get a lot of information that's available to them and they can customize it. And if they don't want that information in there, that's fine. It doesn't require that they plug in their loan amount, their mortgage rate, whatever is left on their home, all that stuff. This is really for them to be aware of. Now, my market report, so it just gives them an idea of what's really happening on a broader scale around their own property. They can click on my market trends and then they'll see more data, what's happened in the market. I mean, just so much data and so much information, but there's pretty pictures, there's charts, there's graphs. It's not just puking out numbers. It's actually trying to take care of the people that are analytical and really want data, and then it's also trying to take care of the people that are more visual and want charts and graphs and pictures and a more visual representation of what's happening. So again, all of this information it's just MLS data, but it's presenting it in a way that a consumer can easily understand it. I mean, we're real estate agents. We've been in business for X amount of years. I mean, all this is just kind of like, yeah, this is really basic stuff, but to the general consumer, this could be mind blowing, especially if they haven't sold a home or bought a home in a long time or ever. So just really, really good information for them to have. And it's kind of like their own little personal portal. Okay. Now, before I get into like searches and stuff like that, right under this all market trends button, there's a maintenance link. Okay, so I click on maintenance, and it's going to bring up suggested maintenance that they can do, and then they can connect to you to get referrals for, you know, HVAC cleaners, plumbers, electricians, handymen, things like that. So, and it tells them what the average maintenance cost per year for a home of their size would be, things like that. So they've got winter, spring. We're in spring, so defaulted to spring. Summer's right around the corner. It's going to be 102 here in Phoenix, so I feel like it's already here for us. And then fall, so it gives suggested cleaning tips for your maintenance tips for the fall. And the app is kind of general. So for the spring, you know, in Arizona, not a lot of the homes have gutters, so yeah, it probably doesn't really apply. And so just keep in mind that this is it's not picking up on the region of where you are. It's just providing general information. And then last but not least, the market button down at the bottom, kind of above my picture down in the right-hand corner, takes us back to just more of what we were looking at before with data. So you've got the value and equity, which is the main screen, maintenance, and market. Okay. So again, this is all just top level, broad information that the consumer can really dig in and get an idea of what their own home is worth. People have asked me, well, what about somebody that's got multiple rentals or things like that? Unfortunately, right now, you can only have one primary property as their home. So if they have multiple properties, they can come in and just change their home details and you know, go that route. So now for searches, so this is how a consumer would utilize the app if they're really wanting to see what's for sale around their home and get an idea of what's happening in their area. So normally, there we go. I have a kind of a VPN that I've got installed in my computer that for whatever reason my GPS gets thrown off. So anyhow, normally when somebody opens up the app, it's going to know where they are and drop right in to the app. So looks like I made it do too many things at once. Let's go back. So we're going to go back to the old search, and I got to go over here, and here we are in Arizona. So it's only going to pull up your primary MLS's data. So it's not going to let you or let the consumer start looking at properties in, you know, Montana, Washington. It's only going to pull up your local market data. So I'll click on search within this area, and let's see, we're going to clear that, use current location, or I'll just click Scottsdale. That's fine. So here we go. It's going to go to Scottsdale, and it's going to draw a line around the boundaries of Scottsdale and hopefully pull up the different listings that are available. But there is a way to create go do more searches. So they'll, gosh, I think I've got, because I'm doing the screen share and I've got, you know, my GPS trying to figure out what's going on there and some other things. So it just is wigging out on me a little bit here. But so let's see, we're going to do a search within this area. And then, man, Scottsdale, we'll try this one more time. You can do zip codes as well. This is the fun part of doing live presentations, is if something is just a little bit off, or if you're asking the phone and computer to do too much, it sometimes will decide it doesn't want to work anymore. So, okay, there we go. Filter. So now I can, as a consumer, I can set the price range. I can do minimum bathrooms and bedrooms, different property types. And then down here, you've got more filters where it says optional. So I can click on that. And then I can say, okay, I want properties with a pool, things like that, you know, furnished and not done. Basement. Yeah, we don't have basements here in Arizona. So anyhow, I can select those items. Then down here on the left, I can save this search so that I don't have to go back and redo it every time. So now I've got a save search, and I can go in and look at all 327 matches. And if I want a list of properties, up in the top right-hand corner, I can click on list and scroll through all the properties that are available. I can click on them, and save them. I can do all kinds of stuff. So it's a full-fledged real estate search app at your clients or your clients or prospects' fingertips. So again, it's all MLS data that it's pulling, and they can favorite them. And then again, you get notified when they save favorites, and they can also go back and look at their favorite properties as well. So speaking of which, at the very bottom here, you see the word favorites. Click on that. And it'll show you, or it'll show them the properties that they favorited. So let's say they favorited this property, they can click on it and go back and do more with it. But they can also send you a chat. They can do all kinds of stuff here. So again, it's all just property data, right? Let's see. Open house, if there's open houses being held and things like that, that's what all that's regarding, okay? All right, so I'm going to click back and then move. The move button, I personally, I don't see a ton of value to the move button because it basically connects them to you and it provides them with kind of a moving checklist, a moving service. So they can type in the address that they're moving to and when they're moving, and then activate move, and then it's going to give them all these things that they can utilize to help their move go smoother, okay? So again, it's a tool for them, and let's say you've helped them sell their house and they're getting ready to move. You can say, hey, you should open up my app, type in the address of the home that you're moving to out in Texas, and then the date that they're moving, and then the app will essentially communicate with them and tell them, you know, give them estimates of how many boxes they're going to need and a checklist so they don't forget anything, and you know, to streamline their move. And again, for somebody who hasn't moved in a long time, something like this could actually be extremely valuable. So and it makes you look good because you're giving them something at their fingertips that they can communicate with, and they can communicate with you in real time, and you know, get a higher level of service than they would probably get through somebody else. So, all right, now we're kind of still working across the very bottom here. The home button we've already clicked on. The search button, we did the property search. The favorites button is that little heart icon. I'll click on that again just so we're clear there. And then the notification is where the communication actually takes place. So if there's any alerts from like the moving checklist or the maintenance, or if there's communication between you and your client taking place, they can see all of that communication here. Now, text messages or the messaging that takes place between you and the consumer is always going to be listed at the very top. All of these like kind of system alerts, if you will, like these maintenance ones, and hey, your profile isn't complete, those are going to be pushed lower. Your messages back and forth are always going to be at the very top, and then they can click on unread to do that. They can click on mark as read if they don't want to be notified or have the little bubble saying, hey, you've got uncompleted tasks or alerts that you need to pay attention to. So that's the alerts button. And then over here on the far right, they'll see your picture. They can click on that, and then that's going to open up the chat as well. So being able to chat with you, their agent, very easily is very helpful. So I'm going to type hello again. It's me. So your number one client. Okay, so I'm going to type that in the chat. So now me, the agent, will be notified of that chat both via the CRM app and within the Bold Trail platform. So before I jump out of the app here, I want to show you one more thing. So over here on the bottom left-hand corner, you got those, what they call the snowman, the 3 little dots. Click on that. Now, this is pretty cool. Look at the very bottom there, share my app with friends. So if you have this app installed on your phone, you can quickly click that send button, and it will say, okay, who do you want to send it to? And it'll bring up your contact list, and you can send it directly to, like, let's say I want to send it to my father. Boom. He's going to be calling me in a couple minutes saying, why did you just send me that? But anyhow, so it's a way to quickly send your app to your contacts. Now, this is, again, through the consumer app. So install the consumer app on your phone using one of those methods that we were looking at earlier. email it to yourself, text it to yourself, take a picture of the QR code, whatever, doesn't matter. Get it on your phone, set it up as a consumer, and then you can send your app within the app to other people. Okay, now my profile, my markets, they can change their personal information, their notification, their markets. It's going to take them back into the app and give them a market report, saved homes. It's going to be that favorites, and then any searches that they've saved, they can click on that and it'll take them to their saved searches, and they can do a search now, or they can edit it here if they want to change up their parameters. Maybe they hit the lottery, now they're looking for $5 million homes instead of $500,000 homes. I'm sure you're not going to be disappointed with that. But anyhow, they can edit it, and they can also delete the search using the little trash icon, which is just down and to the right of that search now button. It's kind of grayed out, but that's a little trash bin. All you got to do is tap on that and it'll delete that search. So again, reiterating for anybody that might be late to the presentation here, this is the consumer forward app. This is not meant to be heavily used by a real estate agent. It's for a real estate agent to empower their clients to be able to search for properties, save homes, get estimates of value on their own property. So, I mean, I was joking around with my agents when I was showing this to them at a meeting the other day. I said, look, let's be honest. Our cell phone is in our hand most of the day. It's in our hand when we wake up. For some of us, when we're in the restroom, when we're getting the kids ready, when we're feeding the dogs, walking them out in the park, in the yard, everybody's just got their phone on them. So having an app like this is incredibly useful, because our consumers, they're not just sitting in front of computers all day. They've got their phone on them all the time as well. They're at the park with the kids, with the dogs. They're out shopping. Everybody's got their phone on them or in their hands. So, yeah, it's an incredible tool. All right, so Chrissy got here late. Where do we find the app? All right, let me keep going, because I covered that at the beginning, and I will get that to you, but I don't want to shortcome the people that already got that information. So I will promise that I will get to that here in just a couple minutes. All right. Okay. So the consumer app, thumbs up, thumbs down. People like it. I mean, any feedback? Has anybody already had some fun with the app already? Throw a heart or something. Let me know y'all are living and breathing out there, would you? Awesome, Mark. Thank you. Good to see you, buddy. All right. So here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get into the MaxTech app. So this is the MaxTech app. This is the agent app that you all have access to. So when you click on the app, usually I'll take you to the home screen. I've been playing around with the app already a little bit today. So I'm going to go to my home screen, and then it's going to show me notifications. And the notifications is, hey, look at this. That Tyler Leon guy that I've been working with for the last 12 months, I've shown 1,200 homes to, is still wanting my business. So he sent me a message. Let's refresh. So new chat. So here, hello again. It's me, your number one client. Oh, great. He's got an ego, doesn't he? Anyhow, so you can communicate with your client through the app, and they're going to communicate through the app as well. So now, yeah, if you've been working with them, you might just be texting them messages back and forth. But the key to this is it's all backed up in the CRM so that you can follow up. So if I open up my CRM here and I go back to my dashboard or my contacts, and then I go to my contacts. Okay, there it is. There's this Tyler Leon guy, my number one client, supposedly. I'm going to click on his name. And then I will see in the timeline here the properties that he's saved, any notes that have been sent along. But here's the other big thing. Now, pay attention here, because I wish this was not the way it is, but it is the way it is for the time being. So up here in the upper right-hand corner, this little itty bitty icon, a little chat icon over here with a 3 above it. That's the place where you can interact with your clients when they're on your app. If I click on it, it's going to bring up the chat conversations, and it will show me the people that I've communicated with, and here again is the chat. So if you or a team member are monitoring your CRM and doing the follow-up via the app, they can actually communicate with your contact, your client, through the web interface here. Okay, so then I can click on that and close it up if I don't want that on my screen anymore. So this is how you can communicate directly with the contact through the app that they have installed on their phone. And again, down here on the right is how you're able to tell if they have the home downloaded. So Chrissy, when you're on one of your contacts profile pages, let me zoom out a little bit, kind of reset the view here. So here I am on one of my personal contacts, one of my clients, if you will. If I scroll down on the right-hand side, this person has already downloaded the app, but if they had not, there would be a send invite link right over here where it would give you, once you click on it, it will give you the option of emailing or texting the link to that contact so that they can download the app onto their phone and start doing the searches and communicating with you. And then Chrissy, again, up here in the right-hand corner, you can click on your image. And then this third link, if you will, down here, that is the link to your landing page, which you can promote and utilize to get your app in front of the public. So this is what I call the passive way of engagement. So it's requiring somebody to go to that link, enter in their phone number, enter in their email address, take a picture of the QR code. You're putting it on them. But if you have them loaded as a contact in the CRM, you can force a text message or an email to them that requires less effort on their part to get to your app. Okay, so I've covered a couple things here. Let's see, I got to reset my EasyCast here because it logged off for a moment. Give it just a second to reconnect. While I'm waiting for that, here we go. It's thinking. Okay, well, while it's thinking, I'm going to keep moving. All right, so any questions about the app? The tool is, again, it's incredible. It's so powerful. I mean, let's face it, you've got the Zillows out there, you've got the Redfins out there. People have their apps, and it drives me nuts because I think what we have is as good, if not better, than what is being provided by those companies. And here's something to keep in mind when you're talking with your clients and telling them about your app and why they might use it. You say, hey, do you have the Zillow app? Well, yeah, I love it. It's great. I don't have to be bothered by anyone. Well, no, that's not actually the case. So here's the dirty secret that we all know, but they don't, is when they're utilizing Zillow and doing searches and entering in their contact information and stuff like that, they are getting sold off to the highest bidder. Okay, now I know there's people in this group that buy Zillow leads. It's a necessary evil, I get it. But in reality, you're paying for those leads, and the person that you might be getting, the lead that you're getting, may be in the area that you're looking, but look at it from the consumer's view. They may be looking for an agent that knows an area, but let's just say you're an agent that has kind of moved to the market or trying to expand your farm area, and you don't really know much about that area, but you're paying for the lead, so they're getting referred to you. So are you really the best agent for them? Not necessarily. So again, I'm looking at this from the standpoint of you being an agent, trying to talk your consumer, your client, your prospect into downloading your app so that you're able to stay connected to them. So plant that, what we call FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. If you're on Zillow and you're doing all this stuff, you're getting sold off to the highest bidder. May not necessarily be the best agent for you. It doesn't make them a nice person either. You're just a lead that is being sold off to somebody else. Here's an app. You are going to get pretty much the same information, be connected to me in real time, and you don't have to worry about your information being sold off somewhere, being contacted by some lender you've never heard of, anything like that. So keep that in mind as you are thinking about these Remax apps or these other apps that you're downloading and using, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer and Seller, because I think I can provide a much better value to you as a seller, as a buyer, and you have a very easy way to share this with your friends and family as well. If you feel like I've done a good enough job and you want to share my information and my powerful tools with you. So again, it's just I see a lot of value in this, but you're going to have to talk to people and make sure they know that these other apps that they may be using and loving maybe are not as great as they think they are. So here I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to get to those questions that I see popping up. So bear with me for just one moment. My technology was kind of dragging on me a little bit. So there we go. People can see my app here, and I can bring up the screen. So I'm going to go to the questions here. At some point, I printed out a page with a QR code for that app. Where did I get that? All right. So Chrissy, this is probably what you had. You can print this page. I mean, it's just a website. You can print it off. Now, obviously, when you print this off, this cell phone email address thing is going to become irrelevant, but the QR code will still be there. Remax had pushed out some content. Oh gosh, where is it? They had a graphic that you could download and like put in your reels or your timeline, but it wasn't really interactive, and that's why I don't love it, because it basically is just an image saying download my app, but you would have to know how to link your URL, which again, this URL right up here at the top of the screen is the URL that you would push out to your contacts. And then for those of you, I think one of the questions was here, let me go back to the chat. I missed a few for minutes. Can you show me how to create our own QR code to share with clients? Yeah, so that's actually right where we were. So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. When you're in the Bold Trail platform, on the home page or anywhere, you're going to see your image in the top right-hand corner. Click on it. And then this link right here, it's the one with your name.remax.com/HOLP- If I click on it, that's the link that you can use to promote your app. Now, the QR code is automatically created for you. So all you have to do is right click on it. If you're a Windows user, for a Mac, I think it's like command click or something like that. But you can save the image and it will download a JPEG image of that QR code, which you can then take and, oh shoot, I think I'm sharing the wrong screen here. Too many screens. So let me backtrack just a little bit. So Max Tech homepage, your image in the right-hand corner, click on the third link here. It'll open up your landing page is what this really is. And then this QR code, you can right click on it for Windows or command click for Macs, I believe. And then that will save that QR code image as a JPEG on your computer, wherever you want to use it and put it is entirely up to you. So is there already a social media post to send this out? Yes and no. Let me see if I can find the where they had the broker resources newsletter. See, I don't think you all are going to be able to see this. Okay, I'm going to pause my share for just a minute, and I'm going to dig into my files, and I may be able to just quickly find. We got about 15 minutes left, so talk amongst yourselves, or if you have questions, type them in the chat. I'm getting into my hard drive here and trying to find the images that Remax produced. They've got so much stuff on their website, and sometimes it just is a little bit challenging to find the tools or some of the stuff that they produce. It seems like almost constantly. Create a buyer report, 10 things, where is it? Okay, it's not there. Let me look one more place. I'm pretty sure I know where it is now. So here we go. Bold Trail, there we go. And then the home, Bold Trail home app. Agent resources. Okay, cool. So in the chat, I'm going to give you a Dropbox link that's going to give you some additional resources that you can utilize for promoting your website. So that link, that big old long Dropbox link that you'll see in the chat log, it's going to bring up here. I can share my screen so you can see what's going on here. Here is what you'll see in there. So you've got a frequently asked questions, you've got a flyer, you've got a social media post that's already been formatted for you. Here, we can resume the share. So here's a static. This is just an image. You cannot edit this. This is just a JPEG file. So you can put this into your social media, and then in the description or the headline or the comment section, you can put the link to your app in that section. So they've got one that's formatted for like TikTok or Reels or something like that, so a taller one. But again, you cannot edit these. These are static images that are not editable at the moment. So they might have something like this in Design Center at some point. I have not heard that. I don't want to say that it's going to be done, but that would be where I would look in the future if and when they start making customizable promotion pieces for your app. Okay. And then they've got an actual like PowerPoint presentation and some other stuff. So again, what you're seeing on the screen here is what you'll essentially find in that Dropbox link. Okay. Carmen, I want to add a QR code on a mailing where a homeowner can get the value of their home. Where do I find this on Bold Trail? So technically, right here within the Bold Trail or the Home View app, let me pull it up again. When they enter in their home's details, they get a valuation. Okay, so again, let me share my screen. I gotta turn my connection back on because it dropped, of course. So there we go, start, share screen. Then I want to make sure I'm sharing the correct screen here. So just 1 second, there we go, share, close. All right, so on the Home View app, there it is. So on the Home View app, right here, so Tyler is my #1 client, okay? So Tyler's home, he has plugged in his information about his property, and it has given an estimate of what the value of that property is. And then Tyler, the consumer, can go in and edit the details if if the information is not correct. Maybe they put in 4 instead of 3 bedrooms or something along those lines, square footage, things like that. And then they could click save and close, and it's going to generate a new valuation based off of any changed information. Now, down here, independent valuations, this is basically where the Atom service is the service that creates the valuation. It's utilizing MLS and public records to give the range. It's not a full-on CMA, but if you were on earlier, you can see that the homes near that property that are either on market or sold, you can see on like this yellow one in the very top left-hand corner, it says pending. For this red one in the very top left-hand corner, it says sold 4/15/25. And then they can turn on and off these properties if they are a good comp or not. So like this property here, yeah, no, I'm going to click on no. I don't think that's a relevant comp for Tyler, the consumer, their valuation. So they can kind of adjust their comp or their CMA a little bit. Now, within your own website, so there's 2 ways to do this. One is through the app, and so of course we're all about apps today, so that's what I wanted to focus on first. I'm going to share my screen here, click share, and I'm going to show you something here. So I'm going to go to my website. Now on your personal website, which is going to be the first part of your remax.net email address, .remax.com. So here is my agent website. If I click on sell, this is what's going to pull up a page where a consumer can get a valuation of their home, and it's going to drag them into your website. So again, there's value to this in a lot of ways because you want to drive traffic to your website, right? So you can generate leads, the consumer can save searches and get property alerts and all kinds of stuff through your website. It's fantastic. So me as a consumer, if I find Tyler Leon, the agent's website, I can now type in an address. Let's do 390 what's an address here? We can do that and then click next, and it'll generate a tool. So if you want to just, okay, Carmen, I see what you're talking about. There is a way. Okay, so the address I plugged in was probably a commercial address. I didn't come prepared with some random property address to enter in, but if I put in a property address, it would have generated an estimate based off of the Atom service and their data, and then Zillow as well. So that's that. Now, Carmen, don't go anywhere. I'm getting into the Max Tech system. Let's see. I'm going to click on contacts, and then on the left-hand side, I got to click on my contacts. So now let's see. Max Tech Test is another client of mine. Search alerts, active campaigns, listing valuation. So that's where you would click on add, and then they can type in their address. So I thought you wanted a way for people to get their, essentially get an at their fingertips valuation. But if you just want to send somebody a valuation, if you have an address loaded for them already, it will automatically have a property valuation, the address plugged in there, so you don't have to type it in twice. But for this contact that I selected, I do not, wait a second, I do. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So I must have removed the alert because I didn't want to keep getting the evaluation alerts. So that under the listing valuation is where you can push a property valuation to your client, your contact, your prospect. You just got to type in whatever the address is here, and it will send them that information. So you've got your website that will allow the consumer to create their own valuation. And then you have the client's contact details page where you can push the valuation to them. So I wanted the QR code to put on a postcard. So, okay. So here's what you can do. So here's the URL for your valuation page. So the way you get there, just to make sure, I'm going to click home. Actually, I'm going to have to do something a little bit different here. So the website is really good about keeping cookies. So here is what I have to do. I've got to go in the incognito mode, so it kicks out all the cookies that are shared on the website. Then I'm going to go to tylerleon.remax.com, and then I'm going to click on sell, and then it's going to ask me for the address of the home that I want the valuation for. So Carmen, here's where you want to pay attention. So, or all of you that are interested in this similar tactic. So take this URL that you see in the top in your address bar, copy it, okay? Now, I kind of showed people this earlier, this URL shortener. The way you get there is you go to apps and tools. So over here on the left-hand side, click apps and tools, and then you want to find the URL shortener tile. Scroll up, scroll down, go wherever you've got to go to find it, tassel it, bookmark it, whatever you want to call it, click on that, okay? Now, up here in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see generate link. You're going to click on that, or create link. Then you're going to give this a link name. So you'll call this a property valuation page. You can call it anything, doesn't matter. Now, here you have to put in the link that you just copied from your sell page on your website. So again, click on sell, and then you'll see the new URL pop up. Click. It's because I was in the incognito mode. So that URL right here is what you want. Come back to your URL shortener, paste it in there, click create. Okay. So now property valuation page is right here. And then here on the same line on the right-hand side, you can click QR code, and you can download the QR code as a PNG file or an SVG file. PNG file is what you're going to use for print purposes. SVG is a more like digital friendly version of an image or format. Now, I showed you this a little bit before. If you click on this little pencil icon, you can actually personalize or customize the slug, I guess is what you would kind of call this. So you could call this prop val, ties prop val. So now if I click save, then that link is now kind of personalized. And then the last thing that's kind of cool is quick actions. So if you click on quick actions, you can share the link, but you can also get analytics as well. So if you're putting out this property valuation page via QR code and this link is you're blasting it everywhere, you can actually go back in and see the analytics and reporting. So this one, I mean, I just created it, so there's going to be no activity on it. But if I come down here and click on this one, maybe there's okay. So yeah, I've had a little bit of interaction with this. It shows me 2 clicks and it'll tell me where it came from and referring websites and some stuff like that. So if you're a data head and you want to know your analytics on your URL shortener links, I mean, I've got so many of these that I've created. I love them. And it's all branded to Remax. I mean, HTTPS rem.ax and then your whatever you want to put after it. So just a cool way to keep you branded. #1 name in real estate, might as well use it, right? So let's see. Here we are. I think I have covered as much as I intended to cover today. Again, I'm going to put in the chat my contact information. So if I got too far ahead of someone, or if you joined late, or if you have questions later that you want to ask, that's what I'm here for. Call, text, email. I've got a calendar link. This TidyCal link here is the link that you can use to schedule a Zoom meeting or a one-on-one for my people here in Arizona. I can meet you at the office or whatever, but for the rest of you that are far away or can't make it into the office, the TidyCal link, I can actually, I'm happy to do Zoom meetings as well. And I know with a few of you have already done quite a few of those. So yeah, talk about value, man. Like all of this stuff is being just given to you. Yeah, we have monthly fees and some stuff that we're paying to the office, but at least you're not having to go out and buy this stuff on your own. I mean, hundreds and hundreds, almost thousands of dollars a month for the Bold Trail platform, depending on how many components you want. I mean, it is just absurd how much value you are getting out of the Remax membership. So get in, set yourself up as a contact within your Bold Trail platform. I'll go in. You can use your personal email address. Don't use your remax.net email address. You're going to make the system glitch out. So if you're going to set yourself up as a contact within Bold Trail, make sure you're using your Gmail or your own domain email or whatever email address you use that one. Don't use your remax.net because you're trying to set yourself up as a consumer, and your remax.net email is what the Bold Trail system utilizes for your agent profile. So yeah, just don't put your remax.net email address anywhere into contacts. So anyhow, and what's also cool is James Clark. He's a friend. He downloaded my app. I had no idea. I guess he clicked on a link from my email signature or something like that, and then boom, he's automatically loaded into my CRM. So he's essentially a lead. I mean, I know who he is, but if James took that link and shared it with his friend down the street and they downloaded the app, I would get that person's contact information dropped into my CRM, and then I can set them up on campaigns, call them, text them, email them, do whatever I normally do to engage a new lead. So anyhow, really cool way to generate leads as well. So this is not just to empower your clients. You can get a lot of leads out of this system if you are pushing your QR code, your landing page. If you're really working to push that information out there, people are going to download it. And again, remind them of the value. hey, you get all the tools of all these other, supposedly great apps. But the best part is you're staying connected to me and me only. You're able to connect with me in real time. Like it's your own like personal housing assistant, So, all right, let's see
Tyler,
another.
thank
Yes,
you so much for this. And just so for those of you that joined in late and you were asking for him to go over, this will also be on the hub. If you've never been on our hub, I'm going to enter on the chat. You pick your state. So whether you're Arizona, New Jersey, or Florida, just click on your tab, and you just go under Masterminds, and Tyler's trainings are all there under the Tuesday Mastermind. So all his Bold Trail KB Core along with this one will be there.
Yep, perfect. Thank you very much, Idona. I appreciate that. And Carmen, I'm answering your question real quick because I know we're running out of time. I went into the incognito. So when a consumer goes onto your site and they enter in a property address, the system, if they like were to try to refresh the page or something like that, it's not going to ask them to enter in the property information again. It's going to remember what the property address was. So for somebody that's trying to run like multiple home valuation reports, let's say they got 20 rentals around your, Phoenix, they would have to go in and like close the browser, open it back up to kind of reset the page. I just went into incognito because it was a quick, dirty way for me to get to a Google Chrome browser tab that didn't have the saved information in it. So that was just a trick I used. It is not something that you have to do to create the QR codes or anything like that. That was just a little workaround that I did to save us some time. So not a silly question. Any other questions? I'm not going anywhere. I'll hang around for a few. So if you want to ask questions, type them in the chat, unmute yourself. And if in case you didn't see it in the email, my series of tech trainings has concluded. I really appreciate all of you engaging, contacting me, participating, all of that. I love helping all of you with your tech needs. But Glenn Baker, he's got an incredible tech series that he started up, and now we're kind of overlapping, and that's just, I think, too much for anyone. So I'm going to put my stuff on pause, and you're always welcome to reach out to me anytime you want. If you need help with Bold Trail, I'm here. I'm not just a web trainer guy on Tuesdays at 8 a.m. 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm here for you all week long, just like your other management and staff. So anyhow, any other questions regarding Bold Trail? Any other technologies in the marketplace that you're seeing? We've got the whole AI, ChatGPT, Anthropic, Gemini, all kinds of stuff out there. So let's see. Lisa, I'm not able to sign into my KB Core apps anymore. Not sure why. So okay, if the app actually says KB Core, that's the problem. Everything is on anything provided by Remax is now going to be under the Max Tech brand or the Bold Trail brand. So you would need to download those apps onto your phone. I'm going to show my screen and show you how to do that. So let's share my screen. Here we go. All right, so here we are on the Max Tech dashboard. I'm just going to go right back to the main dashboard here. And then on the right-hand side, underneath your photo and these kind of buttons up here, on the right-hand side, you'll see download mobile app. This is the best, easiest way to get the agent-centric app onto your phone. So you have the options of downloading it from the App Store or getting it on Google Play. You can copy it. You can have the system text you the link to get it onto your phone. That way you're not digging through the Play Store or Android or the App Store trying to find the right app. Okay, so utilize one of these links or buttons here to get the Max Tech CRM app onto your phone, because any of those KB Core apps, they're dead. Okay. Now, if your like data is missing or if something's wrong, contact the product support team. There may be something with two accounts that just need to be merged together or something like that. So don't panic. You're going to have to contact product support in order to do that. So you can do that via the chat bubble down here in the bottom right-hand corner, or you can go to the support resources and communicate with them that way. So hopefully that helps. The open house app, good question. It's right below it. So all I'm doing is I'm just scrolling down right on the same page. So you got to scroll down. So again, the reason why you don't see the consumer app here is because it's a consumer app. The consumer can't come into your CRM and download the app here. So that's why they've created this public facing link right here that you can use to promote your personal app to whoever it is you want to promote it to. So yeah, you're welcome, Lisa. Thanks for asking the questions. I appreciate that. All right. Any other questions, comments? Whew. I honestly was concerned I was going to be able to fill an hour, but yeah, we rocked it, man. That was awesome. I love that. I really appreciate all the questions, the engagement. I flipping between screens. I know I kind of got out of sync there. I apologize. It's kind of hard when I'm bouncing between all these different things, but hopefully I was able to answer all your questions and not send your head into a spin. Again, this is being recorded. It's going to be on the hub. I'm going to have it in my link as well, just for my own backup. And you're, like I've said many times, don't be afraid to reach out if I can do anything to help you with real estate, technology, or both. Okay. So I don't see anybody else raising their hand or typing in the chat. So I'll say we are good to go. So go. Hopefully it's a beautiful day wherever you are, and meet some people, generate some smiles, get some leads, and be online for Glenn Baker's session, 7 a.m. West Coast, 10 a.m. East Coast. Keep an eye out for the emails from Rob and Idona regarding content. And I know I'm going to be tuned in. This stuff is awesome. So you all go have a great day. And I look forward to seeing you on the Mastermind and Glenn's sessions and any of the other training that we've got coming up for you. So have a great day, everybody. Take care. Thanks for being here.